Get all the noise, and we're ready to jump straight into the first round of a best-of-5 final. It could be a marathon. Kenny says this is going to be a long one, Henry. It's time to see if he's right.
I'm so hyped as well, Alex. Here we go then. Some carnage in Katowice, a best-of-5 grand final, and the skill on the server could not be higher. We'll start on the T side for G2 as their map pick. We've got a couple of smokes and the slow entrance towards lobby here. Amanek, he has a P250. He's been boosted towards outside, going to be dropping a flashbang as they make their way towards main entrance. There's the first smoke to take some vision away. And in terms of the CT setup, they're mainly focusing towards the upper bomb site here. Simples towards heaven, Perfecto watching the hut. It's a very passive hold from Na'Vi.
Hunter's been given a lot of freedom, and he'll be crossing towards Secret alongside Amanek. So they hold hands and skip merrily towards the lower side of this map. That Z-axis does cause problems for the CTs. We'll be talking about that a lot throughout this map, so keep your eyes on that. That unknown entity, did they cross, is always a question they'll find themselves asking.
Well, here we go then, and some access towards the lower bomb side. Bear in mind, there are no defuse kits on the Na'Vi side here. They come for 5 sets of Kevlar. That means they need plenty of headshots, but if anything to go by as yesterday, they've got plenty of that in reserve. We will see with 1 minute left on the clock, 1 smoke remaining. Vent presence here. Looks like maybe an upper split from the vent. Simple to open things up.
Oh, and Amanek's going to be jiving straight out of those vents. It's about contact. Simple, keeping him busy. Amanek retreats straight up towards the top site, and he can apply pressure to Boomich. But on the site, he's taken 2 already. Boomich leading by example. A triple kill to start off the grand final, and Na'Vi convert 1-0. We start with a CIS and CT round.
Solid hold there from Na'Vi as Boomich once again, an absolute rock on the bomb side floor. He manages to find 3 kills there, and they didn't stand a chance. He's just ducking and weaving around the silo. You can see he's got his teammate above him in the form of Perfecto as well. He's taking all the covering fire and all the shots coming in his way. No one's even shooting at Boomich at this point. He's enjoying himself out there. It's a big, big start for Na'Vi, and no bomb planted, more importantly for G2. Means it's the full eco here. Just a P250 brought into round number 2. That's about it. And in terms of Na'Vi, they've got a couple of SMGs, knowing the AKs are coming out in the third. Kenny thought about trying to get down the vent, but is quickly dissuaded there by the quick incendiary. As we'll see the first kill potentially come through now. Boomich can be challenged here, maybe in trouble. Amanek, with the only P250 available there, will be dispatched of.
We typically talk about rotting the clock in rounds like this, but it does seem like G2 have other plans and good damage inflicted. Boomich is slight inquisition towards outside, and however, the issue has been fully resolved. There was electronic to respond to the ticket. Tapping away, he even finds Kenny's head before he goes down, so just jacks a Glock and no health. We will see round 2 go the way of Na'Vi, a clean conversion.
Yeah, only 1 player going down. It was one of the rifles, I believe, the FAMAS of Electronic. So that should be recovered at this point. We'll see, though, as MP9's been upgraded. But here come the AK-47s and, of course, those Kriegs as well. They could afford the AWP. Kenny S has exactly enough for an AWP in the 3rd round here. That being glass cannon, though. Might be worth on a map like Nuke, you never know. Here's the replay from Electronic. You'll see plenty of this action. It's a good way to shut down those outside approaches. No AWP spotted. And it will be the AK for Kenny S. And what have G2 got up their sleeve here? It's one of those rounds where they have quite the advantage up against the SMGs. Bonus situation for Na'Vi. Do they want to change things up? Do they want to try and go for a lobby crunch, perhaps? Time will tell as we send 3 players towards outside for G2. Decent grenade to kick things off, though. There's a little bit of damage towards Amanek as they deploy the initial smokes. Hunter gets himself in towards the main roof. It's
interesting that they're conditioning them with the aggressive CT smoke towards red. They're throwing that very early and not using it. Chances are they'll be throwing that later in the piece and putting bodies behind it. It's all about suggestion. Nade off the door and a smoke in response from the CTs. Boomich planning to keep them at arm's reach for another 15. Shaves time off the clock. Plenty where that came from, though.
We saw plenty of ridiculous antics from Flamey towards the ramp from yesterday. The Galil Ace comes to mind. This time with even lesser weaponry. The MP9 in hand. Can't really go for multiple kills there, but getting 1 or 2 and going down would be absolutely ideal. Looks like they're posturing towards the ramp from his Hunter. Waits for an opportunity towards main entrance. There is a player directly beneath him. That's going to be Electronic.
There's no way Electronic doesn't move after that smoke fades. It's Flamey, though. He was phenomenal in holding this position. And for now, this is a good response from G2. Molly off the response from Simple. Boomich, however, has given Na'Vi the opening first blood.
Here we go then. Towards lower they go. Flamey looking to get 1. Manages to stay alive as well. He's still active here. He wants to find a bit more. This is great from Boomich as he'll rotate through. He's absolutely everywhere on the map right now. Jax, he pulls one back with low HP Flamey as well. He just wants to hide, but he does get another dink off. That's fair enough. They go down to a 3 versus 1. Jax, they know exactly where he is, and Flamey's confirmed that significant damage has been inflicted here. He needs to try and get the bomb down for the extra money here, but won't be able to pull that one off. Goes to the open plant. Bomb goes down, but should be taken care of by Electronic there. Nice round from Na'Vi. That's a massive, massive win. Can't stress that enough. They enter with 2 SMGs. They're going to leave with AK-47s, an M4 as well, and 3 healthy players with residual utility. MP9s
and Na'Vi, we complimented Boomich's long-range bursts. We're seeing Flamey do something similar. These guys have clearly put in the hours necessary to make these cheap weapons pack a punch versus the full buy.
Well, not quite a maximum loss bonus yet, but still another buy available with the bomb going down. It puts them about $4,000 per player. Do they want to fully invest into this one? It doesn't seem to be the case. Desert Eagles, Kevlar being brought out. Here's the replay of Boomich grabbing that first kill towards Hunter. He's going to be instrumental into the success of G2. So nice to keep him shut down, keep him quiet. Trying to close things out there. Bomb to get planted, but they choose not to buy. We talked about Amanek 10, and he'll be bringing that out here in round number 4. So outside smokes available to them. They're going to be looking for a vent dive here, potentially. We'll see if it works out. It's going to be spotted by Boomich, and he takes care of it. No problem whatsoever, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a degree of confidence to go for a fight like that here in the grand finals. Wins it cleanly, and already it's looking pretty bleak for the G2 half buy. Losing their one wild card of the Mac 10 armor as well. Amanek's gone already.
Yeah, it was a very nice deep incendiary there. Made sure there was no chance of retreat. A team kill comes through. It's a little bit unfortunate, but they do bring one back at least. Jack's down to 50 points of health. They still have the smoke available. They've recovered the AK-47. Now, can Kenny S do anything with this? He has got Kevlar to go with it. Ideally, another plant would be great, but that looks unlikely at this stage with Boomich. Once again, just seems to be everywhere on the map. 4-on-1, Kenny S has to try and pick up this bomb now. It's actually down on the ramp, and they're fine to let him recover that. That's not a bomb site, of course. He'll need to go a lot further than this to actually get close to a bomb site.
And the headshot angles from ramp room into low site is it's so punishing. Electronic will connect and find his first of round 4 secured, and yet to see G2 get off the starting mark. Henry, we've cast a lot of Nuke over the course of Katowice.
We have.
What's your current read on the T to CT leaning? Because we know previously, like 2019 as it closed out, we were like, holy shit, Shazam, Kriegs are changing this map.
Sure.
But now we have started to see more and more CT sides start to solve this riddle once again.
Yeah, I think it's the variation of the defaults. The outside smokes and the T sides being able to suggest they're going out there with either the deeper smokes towards main entrance and garage or the classic ones towards secret. CTs now are working out how to shut that down. I think Boomich especially has solved that riddle, especially if you look towards that lower bomb site. We've seen it so many times. He'll just watch the angle, hold an incendiary out and buy time. He'll either drop a smoke, drop the incendiary, and just make sure there's rotations available for the CTs. Instead of giving them lower control and scrambling, trying to retake it, you've got one player that can control the whole thing with very useful utility. So that's what it's all about at this point. Boomich is very, very good at it, so watch out for that. As we get into round number 5, we do have a Kenny S AWP. Bear in mind, no helmets. Might have a knock-on effect against these 3 M4s that are out. It's the outside smokes to be deployed early, though. They are going to try and get Hunter down quickly towards Secret. We'll see if he can make it. CT's throwing the incendiary to block a smoke, but still it lands. And they'll get a couple of players down here. Potentially, he spots him.
Simple holds that line. We saw him actually connect yesterday, where he just waits for them to jump across. He's jumping across his teammate's spray, but he gets enough of a cue to put his crosshair in the right place. Not connecting today, and round 5 looking good for the T side. G2 starting to congregate.
So here's the smoke I talked about from Boomich. See, they've got so many numbers down there now, but what do they do with it? They can't push through that smoke. They have to respect it, and now they're going to have to dump utility, not knowing numbers on the other side. Boomich to be tested now. Sees a couple crossover, but did they see him? M4, not the ideal weapon for this job. Going to rotate back towards Squeaky and feign the fact he's gone through the door.
I love it. Mind games, and he's got the frag onto Amanek. Another one perhaps on the chopping block. Flamey, it's a hard shot to hit, and instead his attention drawn between 2 different options. A double kill available for him. But for now, the advantage remains in Na'Vi's hands. G2, they're in no rush, and Hunter, that could be enough of a catalyst. Into the site they flood.
Bomb goes down, simple hits, a great shot there. Electronics at the scene of the crime as well. They're starting to flood in towards the lower bomb site. Just Hunter remains, 35 seconds on the clock, and the bomb couldn't be in a worse position for him. Has to try and recover it and fend off 3 angry CTs on the other side. They're playing a very disciplined game as well. They're allowing him to have the bomb, knowing he can't get towards upper, and he needs to get a quick kill here. I think he has simple no problem. That's a kill in the back that he should be able to pick up here. He's gone right past him. I can't believe it. He didn't check it. That's insane.
What's going on? Oh, he's going to see him now, and he gets the frag, doesn't rush it. Boomic is on decom with 10 seconds left. If Hunter plays this right, if Boomic overextends, he's going to hold it. And that's a free frag for Na'Vi. Door open. Oh, you rascal, Boomic! Oh, you cheeky monkey. That's another one for Na'Vi.
The mind game from Boomic. He's playing a perfect game. Yeah, he did it twice in one round. They were chasing him towards decon. He suggested he's gone towards the bomb side there, but opening and closing the door, everyone would assume he's just displaying some self-preservation there. He wants to tuck himself in the side, but no, ready and willing to fight. He does it twice to deny the plant as well. Hunter did a great job to get a few frags here. It was fortunate that that didn't come back and bite him in the arse walking past Simple there, but absolutely fine in the end. 5-0 for Na'Vi. This is looking great, and this is the pick of G2 as well. Bear that in mind.
2 timeouts already. They are burning through them, and that is quite a ridiculous number. Look at the top right of your screens, ladies and gentlemen. Average damage per round, that is what the acronym stands for. 200 from Boomic, and I feel like this is just another day in the what's the expression? Walk in the park?
Day in the office?
Another day in the office? Yeah, I was combining the two. Another day in the park.
A day in the park.
Another day in the park for Boomic. And I'll tell you now, he has had absolutely zero shift in his performance with this grand final, semi-final, all of that fluff. He doesn't care. He's just there for the victory in game.
Well, I'm glad you asked me as to why Na'Vi's CT side can be so good and how they shut down its outside approaches. It's down to Boomic, honestly. As we go for the vent dive here, Hunter makes it down successfully with the sword-off shotgun, no less. You don't see that too often these days. Bit of a roll back to 2015, and we'll see whether he can make it work. So they'll be aware of a potential drop towards the Vincere, but what's the reaction? In terms of CD presence towards lower, we have got Flamey with the Krieg in hand now. Simple spots a couple towards the ramp, and he still wants to fight. Of course he does. He'll find 2. Flamey now with the Krieg as well. You know he's going to be able to clean this one up. Bomb goes down in a great position to find another. And Hunter, remember, he was a player that dropped down towards the vent. Don't think he'll be doing much about this situation, I'm afraid. He has 41 HP, and he actually looks better with the Glock in hand than the shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, there is a chance that an M4 could fall into his grasp, but it would be the most ridiculous clear of his career.
Look at the discipline as well from Na'Vi. They're not giving anything up this round, and Electronics guaranteed the frag here. I say that, there might be a second when he sneaks by, spots him, we're good. And it's going to be 6-0. Another clean and calculated round there from Na'Vi. Simple with a double kill towards the ramp. They didn't recover the AWP, interestingly enough. I guess they want to hold on to the Krieg. They've got plenty of money, so maybe just going to reinvest into the sniper rifle, which they do.
I saw Simple drop an AWP to pick up a Krieg yesterday, so I think he's got faith in electronic skills, and that's the double kill.
Especially with Flamey, I mentioned this yesterday, right? He plays the ramp, and notoriously one of the most difficult areas to play in CSGO. If you have the Krieg, though, you can challenge one kill, you've got the scope, you can have some range. It makes a lot of sense if Flamey gets that Krieg. G2 are just waking up now. We've got a Krieg for them in the hands of Amanek. AK's out in full force, but they take damage once again at the start. The HE lands in face of Hunter. And here come the final few smokes. Simple, though, always seems to grab them as they jump across. This time, not so lucky. 4 players in total going to be making a weak rep. And they've done this before, but remember, it's always Boomic that's ready and waiting. He's deployed the same smoke.
He's doing it again.
It cannot progress any further. Before he was on the right, now on the left. And that HE, I've got a feeling that's going to do a boatload of damage. Here we go, Alex. Oh, it's going to hurt a lot. They're trying to run, but you can't. Boomic on the other side. He manages to find the bomb at least. Flamey chiming in as well. Nice spray, but still a 3-on-3 for now.
Electronic keeps the advantage in favor of Na'Vi. Kenny and Amanek already a double for the star of the G2 show towards the vents. And so with 60 seconds, they're going to let Amanek try and draw CT attention elsewhere. It's very unlikely he takes this fight dry. You can see he's just going to be posturing. A flashbang out the door, keeping attention that way. Now the cross. Gosh, Simple does not miss again today. And another double kill to connect for Simple. 7-0. And that's 12 frags for Boomic. I want to keep track of that because he has given Na'Vi the momentum to start off map 1.
G2 are yet to find an opening frag, Alex, and we're going into round number 8. How kind of nuts is that? It sets the tone for this grand final, to say the very least. People were speculating as to whether Na'Vi could turn up to a similar level we saw yesterday. Well, it seems like a resounding yes has been found, at least so far. 7-0, another eco for G2 at this point. A partial buy, if you will, with the Desert Eagles and armor. They have 1 smoke and an HE. Amanek with the MAC-10 once more, but a much slower pace round here. Na'Vi have barely broken a sweat. They look like they're having fun out there.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a grand final from the pressure when you cut to the Na'Vi players. It's all smiles and, of course, understandably so. 7-0. This was G2's map pick. It was always a question of who would choose to take it to Dust 2. Na'Vi have been unfazed picking the map, or G2, that will be the second. And ooh, Kenny does manage to find A return keeps things level for a moment, but it could very well just be a moment. Simple misses a shot.
You don't say that too often. And he's going to try and make up for it now. A little overzealous there, perhaps, but Boomic is there to pick up the pieces. This guy is having one hell of a tournament, I have to say. Every single situation, he plays it so well. It's perfecto to close things out there. They'll keep 3 players up and recover the AWP, just to note that. Boomic is on the M4. He's currently 15-3 right now. The in-game leader fragging out of his mind.
I think Boomic was scrolling through VK last night and he saw a thread. It said, Nexa best fragging in-game leader. He just woke up with a man on a mission. My goodness, look at him go.
Third kill is nuts. Kenny S gets his clock cleaned there. And we'll get into round 9.
How often do you clean your clock?
Quite often, actually. You know, grandfather clock at home. Like to make sure it's well-oiled, well-lubricated.
Yeah, I clean mine every day in the shower.
We get into another Kenny S AWP. Like I said, they haven't found any opening frags yet. Next, yet to find a single frag. 0 and 8 for him. Kenny goes towards the silo this time. A little bit awkward in the movement, but trying to set himself up for this smoke. Just going to be probing towards outside. He knows there's a chance that the orb's going to be moving around. Simple for now. On the CT side of things, a little bit more defensive, watching for the cross. Smoke towards Squeaky.
Hunter's in a position to be, I imagine, throwing a late outside smoke.
They are all throwing their smokes at this point, so they've had enough of it being very telegraphed at the start of the round. They're making this look more like a set piece at this point. This could be the fake. This could be where they send one player there. You can see a few of them moving towards lobby after the smokes are thrown, so it is a variation. We talk about that. So Almanac will be given the solo task of going towards Secret, force a rotation down towards lower, and I assume they either go towards ramp or go for an upper explosion here. The bomb is going to be recovered by Almanac. This is a complete fake. They haven't sent anyone outside at all.
And he's just, you can see he's not even looking at his monitor. He is simply waiting for the call. One word.
That's a smoke towards heaven, I assume. And we'll see whether that's going to work out for them. It's an upper execution. Molotov towards the HUD as well. They're flashing in, and here they come.
Oh, the molly is so good. Look at them. Perfecto, Simple. They're burning, but Simple through the fire and flames. He finds his Dragon Force, only the first. And so, 3 versus 4 at this point. Nexa does get cut down to a scrap of health, but still functional. Kenny down to 39, bomb in top site. Could this be G2's first round of the grand finals?
We know they're one of the most hard-working teams in CSGO right now. That was a beautiful execution. The suggestion of the outside play removes a player from the upper bomb site. The Molotovs, their flashbangs, nothing could be done. They find an early Molotov kill. As we get into the 3 versus 4, there is plenty of money here for Na'Vi, but it doesn't look like necessarily going for the round victory. Just trying to hold them in towards the bomb site, and Flamey might have found them an opening here. It is going to be Boomic, bringing it back to the 2 versus 2. Down he drops, and Flamey now in the 1 versus 1. He might have a chance in this. We'll see what he can do, as he'll actually have to just nade towards Squeaky, touch the bomb, hope for the best here. He's going to take one hell of a shot. The close things out! Has he actually pulled it off? I don't think he has. It's too far gone. That's one hell of an effort. It's not going to work out, but still a smile on his face. It's a statement of a round regardless. It didn't look like they stood a chance, but still, they take all 5 players down. It's a hollow victory at best for G2.
Kenny can't even get an AWP, dude. I don't even know if he can get an AWP into his hands. He just had it snatched by Flamey. Let's see the full execution again. So Molly on towards the hut, Flamey 10 HP, Simple the same, and you can see just down to the wire. He wasn't far off. He gets the kit, he gets the AWP, and wall bang from the one tracer shot from Kenny.
Yeah, it's difficult to fist bump after those ones. You know, we've been absolutely wrecked financially. They still have enough for the AK-47s. A 3 coming through. This is breaking point now for both sides. Whoever wins this round will be sending their opposition to the doldrums. Simple holding towards the fence. We saw Cirque with some absolutely insane action there with the sniper rifle. It's not the same play. He's actually repositioning, going towards Secret. The first time we've seen Simple there allows it to be more combative towards T-Red and, of course, the silo position. And that's exactly where we're going to find Amanek, I believe. So Hunter will be up there as well. And at this point, Simple doesn't overcommit.
I feel like we're saying Na'Vi or Na'Vi player doesn't commit a whole lot on their CT side. There is a newfound restraint to this roster.
They're looking at the bigger picture. They're not overstepping the mark, especially when they have advantages as well. We talk about every kill, especially in the modern game with this new finance system. I say new. It's difficult to justify giving up even a single frag, as we'll see them cross over. There is a bit of a gap there. I don't think Electronic was aware of it. And he'll let them cross over, but the big man's waiting for them. The big bad wolf of CSGO, holding towards the secret steps. You know he's going to nail one of these and get the hell out of there. Holds a more defensive line. Do they dare challenge him again?
With a huff and a puff. He's already blown one down. Jack's gone. It does seem like that could be enough to deter G2. They're changing their plans on the fly. Simple sending them towards Electronics domain. We call them the duo, and you can see why. Just between them, rock in a hard place. The new names for Na'Vi's duo, because again, an advantage for Na'Vi, and only 18 seconds for the rest of these Frenchmen to make this round a reality.
That's such a good point. What are you going to do here? You've got 10 seconds, you know, near a bomb site. Aminex is going to have to make a load of noise here. Flashing as his teammates get ready towards main, but there's so many areas to check. A good effort here so far. 4 seconds, no chance for a plant. They made the best of it, Alex, I have to say, but once again, the change of positions there, Simple, so confident to hold that line, and you can see they've got a real answer to the outside plays here. I want to see more set pieces from G2. That worked really nicely. The fact you were getting Molotov kills, flashing them off, that, to me, that's where you got to go. You're not making any ground towards lower whatsoever. The ramp pushes towards Flamey aren't working out. Simple is in your head. I want to see set pieces now. Take the time out. That's what's worked out for them. But the problem is, Alex, we said, if they didn't win that round, money was destroyed. The round they did win, all 5 players go down. It leaves them about $3,000 going into round number 11 here. And they're 9-1 down in their map pick. They haven't turned up to this grand final so far.
Henry, G2 have 1 opening duel success in 10 rounds of play here.
A good stat you want to hear. Not against this Na'Vi.
And certainly not on the T side of Nuke. So many opportunities, but every single one of them has landed flat. Malik, it's his turn. His 3rd attempt, by the way. That's 3 timeouts in 10 rounds on our opening map of this grand final. That's G2 flustered. There's no doubt about it. Everything points towards it. And this round should be the 10th for Na'Vi. Very little G2 can say about it. A couple of Desert Eagles thrown towards the brawn of Na'Vi.
CZs. P250, no nades. Another grim outlook here for G2. Bomb waiting towards T-spawn as Electronic. He's ready and waiting for a few more duels. This guy really has had a rise to notoriety in the last 6 months. It's just amazing how good he's got. He said at one point he thinks he can be better than Simple. I think there's an argument to be made that he could do that. Everyone on Na'Vi right now is just looking unstoppable.
And I mean, you know, I'm always a sucker for an underdog. I think that happens as soon as you have a British birth certificate.
Of course.
Support the underdog. But Perfecto, just seeing the fact that, you know, it wasn't, what, 6 months ago I was casting him at the Berlin Minor for Simon Gaming, and he's now in the grand final of Katowice. It's just gorgeous, and it's Counter-Strike at its very best.
Nice work from Simple. It normally would overcommit to that one. Wait for the backer to come in. And the meat grinder is looking very efficient today. It absolutely destroys G2 at that point. And I like that from Simple. He could have gone down there. He could have gone for another swing, but he falls back. He brings them towards the rifles at that point. Another very clean round. Demoralizing for G2 at this point. Perfect positioning just as the HE lands in the middle of all of them as well. They barely inflict any damage towards the CT defense as we have a full buy now, running out of time in this first half. On your own map pick, if you're only getting one round in the first half, things are going to be difficult to recover.
You can work with 10-5, 110%.
Yep.
But this is so crucial. Look at Kenny, knife out. He's planning to take a duel. We could see Kenny versus Simple or Kenny versus Nade. Shrapnel lodged in his G2 Esports jersey. He won't be able to find Simple just yet over the periphery of the smoke-only line towards Heaven. Simple opting for a little lower of an angle, and so 3 members of G2 forge a path towards Secret.
Simple looking towards those smokes for now. Doesn't know how many players have made it down exactly, but we talk about Boomage here again. Same smoke, same outcome. It's going to be Electronic down there this time. He's got the AK-47 in hand. That really does scare me for G2. That guy is an absolute animal with the AK. Doesn't miss many. Jax was in the corner here, waiting for CT aggression. How long can they wait at this point? What's happening elsewhere on the map? We have got Nexa getting ready towards the run from. He's hoping they push towards the lobby, hunt for some information. They are hoping they could actually maybe show enough down towards lower bomb site, push someone towards squeaky door. Not going to happen so far. Here comes Electronic, spots one, jumps up, falls back. You can see the call being made as well, letting them come to him.
This looks so good. They're throwing the same nades they did for their top execute. It's finally fooling Na'Vi. 35 seconds, bomb towards the lower site, and Electronic has to hold it. Oh, the flash, perfect from Kenny.
Bomb down.
But that's the bomb, and Flamey has the hold. He has to get in, though. Boomich is already drawing more blood, and with 25 seconds, this is all on Jax. His back turned, and that was the best chance we've seen in so many rounds, and it's stolen by Na'Vi.
instead of taking the jewels, they're working together. They're falling back to crossfires and just establishing such strong foundations across the map. It's very smart right now. It's all about that smoke towards Secret. G2 either need to get braver and just push through that smoke, because as soon as they get locked off there and there's 4 players, the rotations come through. Players like Electronic and Boomich get set up, and you're not stopping them at this point. Simple watching the flanks as well. This is a nightmare. Go back to the executions. That's where you got your round. As we'll see them go to number 13 here. An upper rush through the squeaky door. Is it going to be the same sort of result?
Oh!
It looks like it will be, Alex. 2 more go down. The bomb to be dropped. It's a 5-on-3 before we can even get going in the round here. And that should be 12-1.
Oh my goodness. I thought the Na'Vi game yesterday was something you would not see for the rest of the year. A team all hitting their individual stride, their individual peak at the same time versus Astralis. Everything suggested that this would not happen again. And yet here we stand, 12-1 to start the grand final.
Boomich is 24 kills and 5 deaths, and we've played 13 rounds at this point. That is absolutely insane. Oh my God. His ADR is at 187. He hasn't really missed an opportunity as of yet. Every shot he's taking just seems to be landing. They're not even firing back at this point. They're not in this game.
He's having so much fun. I mean, to be fair, you know, think about the human element. He's grown up watching Na'Vi play Counter-Strike. He's aspired to do it. He's climbed the ranks for many years. I've seen Boomich and his fledgling years at the Katowice has gone. The qualifiers for Katowice, no less. And now he's in the finals, and Boomich doing it again, this time versus the full buy. A taste of the flamey treatment from yesterday, a triple kill, bomb in his grasp, and there's nothing that G2 can say about it. In the first 20 seconds, the round is lost.
Boomich is now 7-0 in opening duels. Like, he hasn't gone down. He absolutely nails it every single time. 3 more added to his death count as we continue to see this marvelous play. Simple, he knows there's a chance Kenny has to look for the tiny little hole that's created in the door there, as he will be deploying a Molotov. Gives up his position at least, hoping that CT will be close range towards there. Simple fires off a shot. Kenny, he'll answer back. Bigger hole now. It's just a bit of a mind game at this point, but Simple, he'll always be winning those by the looks of things here. And a knife kill. Okay, Amanek, that's something, I suppose. But now the 2 versus 1 ends in its logical conclusion. Another fast approach from G2. Big spray down from Boomich, and we go 13-1. Let's close out the execution, boys. The one that worked. The outside smokes, the Molotovs down. They've only tried that once, and it's got them around.
You're right. You're absolutely bang on. I mean, we talked about the frag and in-game leaders. We'll keep coming back to it, but at the moment, the contrast could not be any more hilarious. Between the 2 leaders in this grand final, we have Boomich on, let me get a double check on that, 27, Nexa on 1. But they are both ends of the polar opposites of the spectrum right now, Henry.
They've just stabbed each other in spawn as well. So Nexus just got stabbed in spawn by a teammate. You really don't like to see a ramp rush.
And the nade lands!
Let's go, boys. Let's get another ace for Flamey! He's doing it all over again. Can he close things out in style? What a half this has been so far. Amanek is trying to deny it, but Flamey wants blood.
Amanek, 1v5, he's gone as well. Of course, it's Boomich. Did he get the 30? Close, but not quite. 28 for Na'Vi's in-game leader, and a flawless defense. 14-1 map 1. The grand final delivers in one way. Let's see if G2 can in another when we return.